This is Thursday, June 24th, 2021. We are a go. So last night I decided to enter a trade going long on CL, on crude oil, because it seemed like it had picked up some good buying power on its way up. And unfortunately I got stopped out. Let me see here. Where and when did I get stopped out? So this was, I might have gotten picked up during the middle of the night. Let's see. So crude oil. Let's back up. Nope, yeah, it was at 5 a.m. this morning. So I tried to enter long here. I went down and got stopped out after a $600 loss on 3 contracts. So down 600 for the day already, but it is what it is. I'm going to take a step back here. I haven't had a chance to do my meditation, so I'm going to do that right now and see how I can get my mind right before I jump into trading. I'm going to play my guided meditation.
3 deep breaths in. Deep breath in. Breathe out any stress or negativity. Leaving within you. Another deep breath in. All the way within your lungs, and then any discomfort in your body, let it all out. Finally, another deep breath. Fill up your lungs. Hold it. Let it go. Continue to breathe gently as we bring our awareness within. Imagine that there's a ship that you see cutting through the water. The ship is pretty large, maybe 100 feet or more, maybe a yacht. The ship is gliding through the water at ease in its element. You're seeing that the ship at the front is splitting the water and just gliding through. Shift your focus, bring it upward, and you see that there's people on the boat enjoying this beautiful day. Move that awareness to the cockpit, to where the captain is. You see this captain is actually you. This captain is at ease, knowing that he has full command over the ship. And the energy that he exudes is also the energy that people around him feel. I'm going to use the word him interchangeably, but of course, feel free to use whatever fits you. Now, this captain is looking down at his instrument panel, and next to it, he sees this hourglass. This hourglass is there to remind him to always be present. This hourglass shifts automatically every 2 minutes. The sand flows from the top to the bottom, and after 2 minutes, it flips from the bottom to the top and starts emptying. This hourglass is a reminder to him that whatever high or whatever low that he may be going through is just a passing cloud. He watches as the sands disappear and knows that whatever challenge, or triumph that he faces in the day, to be fully present with it and watch and be aware of that moment. And when that moment is done, move on fully to the next moment where his awareness is needed. His eyes then shift to the instrument panel, which are the source of truth for him about the ship. It's how the ship communicates to him everything that's going on, anything that needs his attention. These instruments symbolize trust. The trust that he has, the quality of the information the ship is providing to him, and the trust that he has in his ability to carry out whatever he may need to do based off of that information. This ship symbolizes our body, our vessel. And the way it communicates to us is through our emotions. And it's by heeding these emotions, these feelings, that we are able to see how best to react, to trust these feelings fully, and to trust that we will know how best to deal with how our bodies communicate to us. Trust, presence, ease. Next, the captain knows that there's a destination that he's in charge of leading the ship to. The only way that he can get to that, the mission of the ship that he is in charge of carrying out, is by the fuel of the ship. That fuel symbolizes integrity. Integrity in thought, word, and action. Only when we are aligned with our truth will we be able to move towards our mission effectively, efficiently. We may always be moving in a direction, but it is only when we are aligned and in integrity that we are able to move towards our mission. That is what this field represents. It is how we move our body, our mind, our spirit in this vessel towards our mission. Where is this ship going? Captain is clear. It is moving towards the horizon. The horizon is an enigma. It is always there. You can always count on the horizon being there. But it is always at a distance. It is always moving. As we move towards the horizon also changes, but the horizon is also constant. This represents our clarity. To know that we are beyond this body, this mind, this earth. That we can come to an awareness of that one day. One day soon, maybe. But also knowing that every act, every day, every moment, when we are engaged in anything, our goals can always be changing. Our priorities may always be shifting. Our horizon is always going to be updated based off of our position and that moment. This clarity of our bigger purpose and an understanding of how we carry ourselves out over the day also moves us towards that. And they're not opposite of each other. Next, the captain notices that there's some dolphins on the left side of the ship that are racing alongside the ship. There's some people that are flocking to the side of the boat looking at it. There's a few now, 3, 4, 5 dolphins, at least, you can see. Every few seconds they're jumping out of the water, just racing alongside the ship. On the right side of the boat now you see this huge whale that's just come up for a breath. You see its fin showing how large it really is, but how graceful and gentle it is also. It is also moving alongside the ship at its own pace. You see some people flocking alongside the edge, watching the ship, watching the whale. From your vantage point, as the captain, you can see both, and you are overcome with the sense of awe, with the sense of abundance of how the universe is allowing you to experience this moment. The majesty of these creatures in their element, showing you how gentle and powerful the universe is. All abundance, clarity, integrity. You take a moment to look down, and you notice that the wind is picking up. Your instruments are showing you that you are veering a little bit off your original course. You know what to do to right the ship. But you notice that up ahead, there's a few boats that seem lost, that are asking for help, for guidance. And you notice them, people on those boats waving their hands, asking. Now you can hear them yelling that, hey, can we follow you? You take this moment to realize you wouldn't have seen those ships, those little boats, if the wind hadn't taken you off your original path. You are a source of inspiration for them, an answer to their prayer, hope. If you had continued on your original path. Take this moment to thank the wind for allowing you to experience being the source of inspiration. Now you move to gratitude. Gratitude to the sun. As you look above and you see how it's indiscriminately spreading its light to all of creation, spreading its love, spreading life. You realize that's also what you are here for. You thank the sun for setting the example, for giving you life. Finally, your breath. This breath, each breath is something that you can count on to bring you closer towards your full expression, for you to be fully grounded in your truth, knowing that whatever may come up, externally or internally, the answer always lies within, as long as you're connected to your truth, as long as your breath continues to guide you towards life. Groundedness, gratitude, inspiration. These 9 qualities, I hope, can be the anchor, can help you stay aligned. The rest of the day, no matter what comes up, high or low, being at ease, the ship gliding, cutting through the water, being present, the hourglass, dissipating the moment. Trust, the ship's instruments, signaling the truth. Integrity, the fuel that propels the ship towards the mission. Clarity, the horizon, ever constant, ever changing. Abundance, humbled by dolphins and the whale. Inspiration, the wind charts another course, only to unite. Gratitude, the sun, only spreading light, love, life. Be grounded, the breath, always rooted in the truth. you all for listening. I hope that was as helpful for you as it has been for me.
Awesome, guys. Definitely needed that to feel a little bit more centered before I jump into any trades for the day and doing my analysis of the market. It is freezing up a little bit again. I changed my settings a little bit, but FPS wise we are a little bit below 30 FPS, so we're just going to deal with it. So today is Thursday, June 24th. Start off with what I'm grateful for, and then jump into the time frames, trends, then my takes / plays, and then finally takeaways. So start with what I'm grateful for. Well, today what I'm grateful for is my coaching session with my NLP coaching group, and subsequent reading, which showed me how I organize my positive and negative qualities in my life, which applies to trading. So basically, talked about how I have organized my different qualities and how they impact how I look at and analyze different experiences in my life. And so, especially the negative qualities, I realized that they're more, I feel my negative qualities more, or the negative examples of me expressing my qualities. And my positive examples are more visual. And so, if I can, the way that I read it in the book, which was a good way to explain it, is for you to have your positive and your negative qualities both integrated into a aligned and authentic state of being, you need to change them into the same modality. So make them both visual or make them both kinesthetic. In this case, it would be easier for me to change them both to visual so that I can compare like to like and not have only my negative qualities induce bodily changes, I guess, bodily responses, and only my positive examples have visual that I am seeing mentally. So change my negative qualities, my kinesthetic sense, into like, okay, what is like something that I am seeing, or what are words maybe that I can put on a screen that can describe how I'm feeling. Now let's compare, and now let's have those work together and integrated into my mind. So that's actually a really good breakthrough, because I don't have to fight myself and have different parts of me not be aligned. So that was really good, that I understood this morning about the way that my mind processes things. So next, time frame trends, takes place, takeaways. So let's move this bad boy down a little bit. Okay, So I'm going to have the higher volume one. So we did have a solid move up from 42.30 to 42.56. So about 30 points that it moved up overnight in the overnight session. So here's what happened. Let's take a look at this higher time frame move. We were kind of hanging out, and it had looked like it kind of got topped out at 127%, but did not exactly do that. And now we are basically at the all-time highs. And actually, we did set the all-time highs this morning. Earlier this morning, retraced back down to below VWAP, tested it again, back down to VWAP, and then now we are punching through, it looks like. About to set all-time highs yet again, and on the way to the 161% level of 42.64. That I would say that if we do hit that, we are going to get exhausted and come back down. So that is my hypothesis. This would have been a good entry earlier, given how it moved. But yeah, I mean, I didn't know. I couldn't have known that it would have done that. So that's okay. So that's ES. That's analysis on ES. Let's go through the other ones real quick to see how they fared. So next we're going to look at the 30-year. The 30-year did not, it's kind of still staying in that channel, and it could move big one way or another. It's staying within this this downtrend. It's staying within this 100%, 61% level on its way towards moving the 127%, but you know, I can't know for sure. We do have a few tops that were confirmed here, so it's right at that very top, and it looks like we're moving down. So I would be safe to assume that we might be moving down, but yeah, we have to do some analysis on this. Really tight channel. Like, it's just been within this, between 160 and 159. Not even one whole point, not even 30 ticks that has been moving up and down. So not much movement. In fact, the volume has been dying down too quite a bit. So we could be poised for a big move, but not sure yet. So I'm going to hold off on entering this, even though it's very tempting. You know, just initially looking at this, so not professional. Come on. All right, let's look at CL, which we just had up. I was in a trade last night that I lost 600 on. Where is that? CL right here. So that was my big loss overnight. It went down all the way to the 61% level, and it looks like we are on our way to the 127% as but it already hit that, it looks like, yesterday. So interesting development. We could be heading further lower, actually. That's what I would guess, that we're heading lower towards the 71.80 level, the 38.2% level here, because it's also a low volume node. So that's what I would guess, that we're heading lower and not going higher anymore. But that could be an overnight play. I don't think we're going to make that big of a move just right now, closing out the afternoon. Finally, let's go to GC. GC there were some good plays for us yesterday, but today we are in a channel. And barely moved much. I mean, 172 to high was 188. I mean, not terrible, but not as much as it could have moved. I mean, it's compressing for sure. You guys can see that. Definitely compressing. The high has been lower than the high yesterday, and the low has in the day session has been higher than the overnight low, and the overnight low has been higher than the previous day's low as well. So we are definitely in a compression phase, and definitely has the potential to make a big breakout move. And obviously we don't know which direction, and obviously we want to limit our risk for any of these trades so that I am not entering a trade with too much outsized risk. So that is real quick the 4 markets that I'm going to be looking at today. Let's go back to ES and see if there's any plays that we can make. The main play that I would say that we can make for ES is going short at 42.64.75. So that's what I will say. Time frame trends. So I'm going to say higher time frame. Yes, higher time frame is in an uptrend for sure. And ES medium time frame, also uptrend. And then ES lower time frame, also uptrend. But it's choppy. Okay, so on the higher time frame, uptrend, price setting all-time highs toward 161% extension of 42.64.75. Okay, medium time frame uptrend. Let's see if there's any fib levels in this medium time frame. Definitely dip down below. Is there a correlation? And there sure is. So the 127% level correlates to 42.64. Very well. So So 127% fib extension correlates with 161% higher time frame level of 42.64. So relatively strong right there, those two levels. And then the lower time frame, it's been choppy, but we're heading up towards that level pretty definitively. Let's take a look here. Something like that. Basically what I'm trying to do is see where the 127% level matches up. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm trying to do line of best fit, and it doesn't really work that well. Basically, the move is to go short right now. I would think that the market has kind of exhausted itself on its move up. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna leave that open for now. So for ES, go short after price hits 42.64.75 high, and look for confirmation and enter on fib retracement. So I'm not going to call the top, but I'm going to wait until it hits that and moves down and enter on a retracement, and look for enter on fib retracement, target based on fib extension, and confluences on uptrend slash VWAP. So that's that for ES. So I'm going to take a look at that. Next, ZB, that was the one that I was very tempted to enter. Nothing, right? Like nothing. Barely been moving. Very tempting to, like I said, enter here and go short. But the thing is, since this is inversely correlated to ES, and if I'm saying that ES is going to go short after it hits the all-time high, then I would assume that we're going to break through this resistance level and go long. Let's see if there's anything that's developing. Let's see if there's anything developing fib level wise. 0 to 100 to 61. Yeah, I mean, it could go to 38 or it could go to 127. So go either way, and I'm not going to execute on a trade here for ZBE for now, today at least. Okay, so CL, this is one where I think it's we're going to be going short. Yeah, this definitely looks like it's a short play. Again, I don't know if it's going to make a big move to close out the day, but definitely counting on it going short to close out, to close out the week at least. So what are the entries that are potentially that I could potentially take? So And let's see if there's any confluences. So since we already reached the 127%, we do have a low volume node here at 38.2. So CL is my next time frame trends. I'm going to simplify this a little bit. Maybe make a table next time. Let's see. So CL, higher time frame. Choppy for sure. Has not decided it's going to go one way or another. We're still in an uptrend. The downtrend has not been exactly confirmed, but it's choppy. I would say it's choppy. CL in the medium time frame. What I could see happening is a double top up here, potentially, before it goes down. Let's open this up. Yeah, I could see a double top. But there's already a double top here, so this could be a good entry. Basically, do I want to risk 600 or want to cut this bad boy in half and say I'm only going to risk 100 for a contract. And let's make this even 900. Save that. So now how will this look? Let's see, is there, let's play around with this a little bit. So on this move down, did have a high volume node up here, higher volume node up there. And then let's say if we were doing a fib from here, didn't quite retrace all the way. Did not quite retrace. Just seeing where a good entry would be. So went down here. Retraced very close. So these levels are actually, interestingly, 0 to 100, retraced it to the 23.6% level, went up to 61.8, came back down here, and that failed all the way down. So the overnight high was up here. So I'm going to exit this and see. I'm going to either wait for a confirmation past the VWAP and a retracement, and then enter short. I think that's much better play here. Much safer play than trying to call that top. And then real quick, let's go to GC, because that's the one that I have not evaluated. Yeah, definitely still in the compression phase, so I'm not going to trade GC today. So yeah, CL and the S&P, CL and ES. So that's what is on the menu for today. There we go. That makes more sense. ES, by the way, is at 42.59.50. We are, let's go over there just to see where we are. Banging up against the top again after setting the all-time highs. So I'm going to keep a close eye on this. Actually, what I'm going to do is create an alert. How do I do that again? There it is. Yeah. 4260, no. 4264. Okay, so let's set an alert there. Let's see how it reacts when it gets close. Go back to CL. In the day session, we did move quite a bit. Interesting. Yeah, looks like I think we could move up first, set a double top before moving down. put another one here. See how this goes. Is there something developing? Yes, it looks like we're going to go down first, even further. I think that's a good entry right there to go long. Towards 73.6. You guys are seeing the confluence there. Basically, high of the day, confirming a double top before we go down. I think that's what we might do right now. But these are pretty sizable moves. I mean, it's moved, let's say from opened here, 72.62 in the first hour and a half, 72.62 to 73.40. So it moved 80 pips. It's a good amount in the first hour and a half. So there is a potential for it to do the same. Because I think we go long first before we go short. And let's see if there's something else here that's forming. Yeah, actually I did that here. So 0. Let's take a look. Does that correlate with the 23.6%? Not quite. How does that correlate if I'm up here? That does match up really well. So the start of the trend was confirmed. Move this. So price definitely retraced. All the way down. The other thing is today could just be a slow day, and I just take it easy with just the fact that we are in a lower volume trading day today. Right at 2 o'clock. We don't see the significant moves by 2:15, and I'll look to close this day out early. So let's bring this up again. So CL, higher time frame, choppy. CL, medium time frame, is in a downtrend. And CL, lower time frame, also downtrend. Uptrend slash choppy. Whenever I have choppy, I should have previous bigger swing high or swing low. Okay, so higher time frame uptrend or choppy. I mean, it could be wrong, and the other thing it could do is it's already come down to 61.8%, and we go up to 161%, and we set new all-time highs. Not all-time highs, set new highs for oil for the past few months, since we have been on an uptrend of late. So I'm going to look to enter here then at 72.13. 72.03 would be one, two, three, four, five, six. One, two, three, four, five, six. 7, 12. Perfect. Pretty tight trade. I'm good with that, actually. That's still a significant move up to close out the end of the day. So ES is showing weakness. It's at 57.75 now. So price retraced to the low, which are just below the 61.8%. Of 72.43. So I'm back in the trading range from last few days, between 72.43, between 61.8% and 127% level of 74.19, 74.2. Okay, so CL medium time frame. So I should put this at 74.10. Here. Well, the one that broke was actually here, 73.97. That matches up really well to retracing to 38.2 and then back down here. Really nice. So that's what it did in the overnight session, and that's what I did not catch this was yesterday, huh? So not there. Perfect. What a perfect setup that I could have taken. That's okay. From 73.58 to 72.34. Wow, 120 points. And I went the exact opposite way of that. Okay, good to know that these the setup was there forming. Beautiful setup from yesterday's day session to today's overnight session with a retracement to 38.2% of 72.58, extending to the 161% level of 72.33. The reason I'm using this as the 0% level is that's the one that broke through VWAP, and it also retraced really well to the 23.6%, so that matched up really well. So, and the 100% level here too, and so I would have had a weighting, I would have had an entry waiting to go short here. First target at 72.69, second target at 72.34, and I would have hit that right before open today. So one takeaway that I would have for myself is last night I was trying to force that trade. I had a lot of controlling energy. I noticed I was like, man, I gotta get in on this trade. You know, I want to take advantage of this move up that it's gonna have, and that was based off of looking at this pullback from here. If I move back a little bit, so if I was looking from here, I was like, and look at all this, and this is where it was confirmed. So this is the high, and so it already moved down here. Let's add the 23.6%. So I was like, it's already retraced all the way down here. So we're prime, right? We're primed to move up. We're primed to make that move up. And whenever price hits the 23.6% level, and it already moved up to 61.8, and it moved away pretty quickly, that should have been a good signal for me that we're not going higher yet, that we're going lower first. So that was good. So yeah, I was trying to force what I was imagining onto what I expected the market to do. So good takeaway. All right, so it takes place. So yeah, let's actually have my takeaways ready to go. Whenever I input 73.43. See, this is what I would have guessed initially, but it did not pass VWAP. So that's not good. I'm just imagining in real time how I would have played this. This makes more sense because it crossed VWAP, and it's the trend that broke VWAP and continued in that direction. So that's my takeaway here. Input a fib trend. Look closely / back to see if there is an opposing trend that I am not taking into account, which might have a better fit. Okay, so that's really good. And then another takeaway is use the 0% fib level as the one which breaks VWAP and the trend continues in that direction. Not necessarily just a confirming swing high or low at the start of a trend. That's big. So usually I would have just said this is the one that confirmed that we are in a downtrend, but it bounced off of VWAP, and then finally we had this, which bounced off of, which broke through VWAP, had an accumulation phase, and then it continued. So an accumulation is fine. An accumulation phase at VWAP is okay as long as trend continues without breaking the 0% level. In fact, before, without breaking the 0% level. Okay, so let's see. I am not confident in keeping this long. So let's see. So for CL, since we're downtrends in both the higher, in the higher time frame, and I'm sorry, downtrend in the medium and the lower time frame, and uptrend in the higher time frame, getting mixed signals here, and I don't know if we're going to have enough volume for us to pick up where I think it's going to pick me up, where I would like it to pick me up and move 28 points in the next half hour. Withhold. No conviction of price entering. Price picking me up. Picking up my long entry and moving and going towards the overnight high before getting exhausted and continuing to the 38 to the higher time frame uptrend 38.2% level of 71.8. Higher time for 38.2% level of 71.8 also correlates with a low volume node. Okay, so that's it for right now. I'm going to go back through to ES. ES is showing weakness at the top. Yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be the day of reckoning for some of these plays to finish themselves, and if there are big moves, it could happen. But I am not confident in that happening right now. Even in the next half hour, things could get crazy, but I am not going to sit here and wait for that to happen. That trade is out. Yeah, so GC as well. I'm not confident in this making a big move, so I'm gonna hold tight. I'm gonna log off, guys, and work on some other things, and we'll be back tomorrow to close out the week strong. Again today, down 600 on a trade which I did not have the patience nor foresight to just take a step back, timeline wise, and make sure that I had that I was looking at all the data, that I was analyzing all the data. So that was a good takeaway. So still doing okay, but definitely need to improve on some things. So that's it. Call it a day. We'll be back tomorrow. Cheers.